Hello you guys, welcome to day 3 of Vlogmas. Today we are going to be doing a little hair care routine. So let's get started. As you can see, my hair is ridiculous. It honestly doesn't look as bad as it really is and as it feels, but we are about 3 to 4 days past hair wash day. It has been well over a week since I've washed it last, and I even have paint in my hair. I don't know where it is, but there's little specks of paint you can see throughout because I've been painting, and that it just gets everywhere, so it's all over my hair currently. But yeah, it is. I was supposed to wash it like at least 3 days ago, but typically for my hair care routine, I wash it every like 5 to 7 days. Sometimes I'll extend it past 7 days. I really just map it out depending on what I have going on. So I always like to wash it on Saturdays at least. That way it's clean for church and for a fresh new week. But it is currently Monday because we just kept running out of time. I will walk you through everything that I do for my hair care routine. So the first thing I do, which I skip more than I would like to admit, is you really need to brush your hair before you go to shampoo it, because you're just gonna get it wet and then it's going to have all those tangles in it, and then you're literally just going to have, like, your hair's gonna be matted and it's gonna be soaking wet and it's gonna have shampoo in it, and you're gonna get out of the shower and your hair is still going to be tangled because you started out with it tangled and it never fully detangled in the shower. So brush your hair before, because it's a lot less fragile when it is dry than when it is wet. Once you get it wet and then you try to detangle, your hair is a lot more fragile. And so it's more prone to be damaged and like breaking off and just tearing because you're trying to detangle it all the time. Okay, now it is all brushed out and tangle free, so we are going to hop in the shower and scrub it up dub on my hair because she needs it. Okay, we are all washed up. Everything is clean now. Finally, we have soaking wet hair, and I just threw it up in a towel so it wouldn't be dripping all over me, but I don't like rough dry my hair with a towel because it, like I said, like your hair is really, when it's wet, it's really fragile. So like bath towels are not the best on your hair because they're just really rough, and so they rough up the cuticle while it's already fragile. So typically when I get out of the shower, I really just like kind of like squeeze out any excess water, give it like a little zhuzh or whatever. So since I brushed my hair before the shower, my hair does not get very tangly in the shower, as long as I do brush it before, because I kind of run my fingers through it with conditioner, so it's not very tangled at all. So I'll just take a brush, same brush, and just brush it out real quick. And then I actually have extensions. I have 2 rows of machine weft extensions. So after I'm like done kind of brushing through it roughly, I'll just take it section by section and just brush right at the like roots of the extensions on the top of the weft. I just use a few products in my hair while it's wet. Sometimes I'll throw in another one once it's dry. My hair is naturally sort of straight. The extensions have like a little tiny wave to them, but they're mostly straight. So I style my hair just to be able to dry, and then I either curl it or straighten it after it's done. So the first product I use is kind of a combo. It depends on which one I have more of, honestly. But I use a ton of the RNK products. So I use the On a Cloud Splash On Styler and the Sun Catcher, the vitamin C leave-in serum. I have a lot more of the On a Cloud one, so I'll do a good amount of that. And then whatever I've got of the vitamin C serum. And I'll just literally rub it all through my ends. I'll put it on both sides, and then I'll slowly put it all over. I don't put it at the roots, but I will put it pretty close just because I want my hair to be silky and smooth and not super frizzy, and this helps fight that. And then if my hair is super dry, which honestly it was because it had been so many days and it got paint in it and just this weather, the winter time it gets a lot more dry, I'll use a little bit of the Ghost Oil from Verb, like literally 2 little pumps. And I'll just throw it in the ends a little bit just to make sure that they are like super hydrated. The last product that I use is the R&Co Cool Wind, which is their air dry cream. And I do a good amount of that. That is a lot. But like I said, I have my hair and 2 rows of extensions. But I put that on the ends and then slowly bring it up through the rest of my hair. And this seriously helps it air dry so well. Like it fights a lot of frizz. It helps it stay smooth as it dries. It doesn't get all like big and just gross as it air dries. And I do feel like it helps it like air dry a little bit more evenly and quicker. Now we just let it air dry until we are ready to style it. This is about 3 hours since I washed it, so it's almost completely air dried. Like most of it has air dried. There's just a little bit in the back that I need to blow dry, but that happens with extensions, honestly. So the next step I typically do is I just blow dry that little section that's not dry, and that way I get it all dry at the roots, and then we proceed to styling it because she is not cute currently. Now that it is fully dried, we just brush it to smooth it one more time, and then we get to the most fun part and the best looking part, which is curling it, because I wear curly like 99% of the year. The curling iron I use to curl my hair every single day is a 1 inch, and it's the Bio-Ionic long barrel because that's just the best one that's out there, honestly. And it's really nice because since it is the long barrel, you can fit so much more hair around it, especially with extensions. That's super helpful. So the first thing I do is I do the first time I curl my hair in small sections. When I'm like touching up, I take a lot bigger sections, but I take a small section, I just smooth over it once to get it all tame and less frizzy, and then I slide it down about halfway, start to wrap up, let it sit for like just a couple seconds, and then I unwrap and then slide and rewrap. That is the best way to get kind of like loose curls / waves, and you just keep doing that all the way down, leave a little bit of hair out at the end, and then just go over it, and then boom. And I literally just do that to my entire head. And the most important thing that I do is just curl all the hair away from my face. So just like that. And when I am doing my face framing, I do it a little bit more loose than the rest of my hair. So obviously my hair is pretty curly right now. I let it cool off and sit without touching it, and then I'll run my hands through it. But for my face framing, I'll just curl it a little bit softer because I want it to be a little bit more wispy instead of like super curly. So I won't let it sit for as long. And I'll really make sure to straighten out the ends. These are how my curls turned out after I let them cool for a few minutes, because you want to brush them out once they're no longer hot from heating them up. So now I'm just going to like run through it all with my fingers, shake it up a little bit so it's not super curly anymore. but I love the waves that this gives me, and like I normally have to touch them up a little bit every day, but that's because my hair doesn't hold curl very well. The extensions hold curl really well, so I'm not touching up a ton of it. But this is how they turn out with a little bit of face framing. And then after that, I need to be better about this, so this is my accountability to do it too often. But I just get a little bit of the oil. You can use whatever oil you have. I just use the Ghost, the Verb Ghost oil. I do a little bit in my hands, rub it between my fingers, and then just go over my ends. That way it just keeps it hydrated and keeps it from not getting so dry after putting heat on it. So yeah, that was my hair care routine, and now this will last me for about another 5 to 7 days, sometimes longer. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this Vlogmas video, and be on the lookout for all the rest. Bye!